again, did the government provide the committee with all the information the committee requested in its July 7th motion?
No, because it invoked
Thank you.
those grounds that the committee did not allow.
And those grounds are not legally legitimate. Okay, so the next question is, the government has excluded documents on the grounds of cabinet confidence. Can you confirm, yes or no, whether the government accurately applied the grounds of cabinet confidence?
I cannot confirm that, Mr. Poilievre. I have not seen behind those redactions.
Right.
The motion in November provided that those redactions could be kept by the government when it sent me the new package.
Right. So we don't know one way or the other whether or not those exclusions are properly applied. How much time do I have, Mr. Chair?
You've still got about 4 minutes.
The
3 minutes. Sorry, Pierre, 3 minutes.
On a related matter, Mr. Dufresne, you are the chief legal counsel to Parliament. You know its powers better than anyone. Your office sent me a briefing note today telling me that the power of Parliament to send for persons is part of the privileges, rights, and immunities of the House of Commons, which is inherited when it was created and are found in Section 18 of the Constitution Act 1867 and Section 4 of the Parliament of Canada Act. Now that in the related committee, Ethics Committee, the Kielburger brothers has refused to appear and refused an invitation from Parliament, can Parliament issue a summons and force them to appear before that committee? And if they still refuse,
order relevance. Point of order, Mr. Chair, relevance.
I see the government's very sensitive about this, and
no,
they'd like to cover up this conversation. We'll let Canadians decide what's relevant.
Oops, sorry there. What's your point of order?
We are here to have the law clerk testify before us about the compliance or non-compliance with the July 7 motion. I'm not quite sure what the relevance is as to bringing in the we and whether the heads of the we organization are going to be coming before the ethics committee.
Point of order.
I am going to allow the discussion because the discussion is with the law clerk here. I think pretty near any question that relates to the legality of what committees can do would be relevant in this discussion with the law clerk. Okay, back to you, Mr. Poilievre. I've lost track of time. I think you got 2 minutes and a half left.
If the Ethics Committee makes a summons for the Kielburgers to appear and they refuse, what law enforcement powers can Parliament order in order to compel testimony?
So in the situation where a summons is issued by a committee and the witness continues to refuse to appear, the committee does not have enforcement powers itself, but it would need to, if it chose, report the matter to the House. And the House would then consider it under its authority.
And the House, and if the House were to decide that the Kielburgers had to testify, what enforcement powers and enforcement bodies could it use to do so?
The House could consider the matter in terms of issues of contempt of Parliament. It could consider the matter in terms of summoning individual to the bar of the House and to explain the refusal to appear.
And if they refuse to come to the bar of the House, what then? What powers then would the House have to compel them to appear if the House so wished?
Well, this is discussed in procedures and practice in terms of censure, reprimanding, summoning individuals to the House. The House would consider whether could consider whether it's a contempt of its privileges and make a finding to that effect. Historically, there has been the authority to summons and issue a warrant to bring an individual into custody and bring the individual to the bar of the House. That has not been done in Canada since 1913, and the circumstances are discussed in procedure and practice. So it's not something that we see.
So
last question, Pierre.
So to conclude, we've got confirmation the government did not provide the committee with the documents that it requested in its July 7th motion, that the law clerk has no way of knowing if the government has been honest and forthright in its use of the cabinet confidentiality exemption, and the hundreds of pages of information that are covered are excluded on that basis may or may not be cabinet confidentiality, and that the House has legal enforcement abilities to compel testimony from the Kielburgers. So that is a summary of what I think we've just heard. I want to thank the law clerk for appearing here today and for his work.
And we will give the law clerk the opportunity to respond to that statement.